Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, during his meetings with world leaders on the sidelines of the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, apprised them of the flood crisis in Pakistan. The Premier highlighted the need for collective action to deal with climate change. He also added in a tweet that he also told them that Pakistan is keen to build partnerships in the realms of trade and economy. Among the leaders the Prime Minister met was US Special Convoy for Climate Change, John Kerry. The two leaders discussed the devastating floods in Pakistan, the $55 million provided by the US in assistance so far, and the urgent need to work together to fight the climate crisis and prevent future tragedies. The Prime Minister also met International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva. Apart from meeting other leaders, the Prime Minister will attend a dinner reception to be hosted by US President Joe Biden. As more than 78,000 patients showed up in health camps in the flood-hit areas of Sindh in the past 24 hours, disease outbreaks continue to be a worry in the province, where 6 more died of gastroenteritis and other illnesses. According to the Provincial Health Department, 2 died of gastroenteritis, 2 of pyrexia of unknown origin, a condition in which a person has a temperature accompanied by more than 3 weeks of illness, and 1 each of myocardial infarction and cardiopulmonary arrest. The department said in a daily situation report that various diseases had claimed 324 lives in the province since 1st July. Sindh, where floodwaters descending from the country's north and hill torrents from Balochistan have converged to give rise to a health crisis, has seen thousands displaced by deluges and now being inflicted by various diseases, mainly waterborne. With Pakistan's already weak health system and lack of support, displaced families have complained of being forced to drink and cook with disease-ridden water. The Islamabad High Court acquitted PMLN leader and Planning Minister Ehsan Iqbal in the Narowal Sports City reference. A 2-member bench headed by Islamabad High Court Chief Justice Athar Minallah delivered the verdict on an acquittal plea filed by Iqbal. In the reference filed in November 2020, the National Accountability Bureau had accused Iqbal of misusing authority by funding a provincial government project, Narowal Sports City, in his constituency and illegally increasing its scope from 34.75 million rupees to 3 billion rupees. The project, valuing 34.74 million rupees, was approved by the Central Developing Working Party when Iqbal headed it as the planning minister. However, it was shelved by the Pakistan Sports Board in 1999 on the directives of the planning ministry, which declared it without requisite weightage with respect to economic necessity. The project was relaunched in 2009 when it was approved at a cost of 732 million rupees, but it was devolved to the Punjab government 2 years later after the introduction of the 18th Amendment. Iqbal was arrested by NAB in December 2019 and remained in custody for 2 months. He pleaded innocent to the charge, but NAB accused him of launching the project in his constituency by misusing his office as the Planning and Development Minister during the PMLN government. He also faced the charge of escalating the project's cost. The Pakistani rupee neared an all-time low against the dollar after falling 74 paise in the interbank market. The local currency closed at 239.65 rupees per dollar, a depreciation of 0.31% from yesterday's close of 238.91 rupees. The rupee had reached a record low of 239.94 per dollar on 28th July. Experts noted that while the dollar's strength was a serious concern for all economies, the Pakistani rupee was the worst performing currency in the region. Another reason for the rupee's declining value was because of smuggling into Afghanistan.